So, starting this video over because I started in the wrong aspect ratio that I wanted to. At some point yesterday at work, I want to make that clear, it was definitely at work. I injured my left foot. Don't honestly remember how. Don't remember when. I just know definitely it was at work. What my bosses heard, and of course it's, you know, they're managers. They're rooting for the company, you know. So of course they're going to say, oh well, he said that he doesn't know when and where and how. That's it, period. He doesn't know when, where, and how, period. But they know damn well that I meant at work. Just like their little reading signs that say no shoes, your safety PPE or whatever it's called is PPE, personal protective equipment, is a work shoe that is slip resistant, oil resistant, water resistant, made of leather, a bunch of other stuff. Not once in that reading sign does it say that it has to be a boot. It says shoe. Does not say boot. And it doesn't say that it has to be lace up. It doesn't have to be lace up. But we all know what they mean. It has to be a boot. But it literally does not say that. In their little quote-unquote rule book, it does say boot. But their reading sign does not say that. Same thing with the safety glasses. It says that you must wear your safety eyeglasses at all times when you're at work. Doesn't say where I have to wear them. Yes, they're eye protection, and generally, yes, you would wear them on your eyes. But it doesn't say that you have to wear them on your eyes. It just says that you have to be wearing them. Now, if they want to get into their little fight about whether I said that it's in general that I didn't know, or whether it's just at work that I didn't know, I just didn't say it was at work, but I meant it was at work. They can argue that. But the second they do argue that, I bring up the reading signs. I say, see, it says shoe. It does not say boot. See, it says I have to wear them, but it doesn't say where I have to wear them. You want me to follow this thing to the letter, then I'll speak to the letter. But until then, yours is vague, so I'm going to be vague. I meant that I definitely 100% without a doubt got injured at work. I just didn't add on the at work part. I knew I got injured between 1,300 hours and 2130 hours. That's my regular scheduled work hours. When I started walking home, my foot started hurting. It just felt like my foot was a little tired, like a little heavy, When I finally got home and woke up the next morning, it was in serious pain. And I have a high tolerance of pain. So if they want to make that argument that I didn't say specifically what I meant, which I never do, because that's not how my brain thinks. When, like, they were asking, the manager asked me, well, what did you do specifically to prevent the or to clean up the spill once you realized that the fuel was venting out the wings? What did you do? The first thing he wants to hear is you released a dead man. You stopped fueling. But what I did was, the first time this happened is I said, well, I called it in while I was getting some pigs to clean up the fuel. Well, he said, no, that's wrong. Well, it's implied that if I have to get the fucking spill kit that's further away than the dead man will allow me to go, then it's fucking insinuated that I fucking stopped fueling. See, that's the problem with businesses. When you are speaking as an employee, you have to be so fucking dead on specific, so dead on, that you might as well just videotape the whole fucking thing. But when the company says something, they could be as vague as fuck, and then when you don't obey their rules because they're really vague, you get in trouble because you didn't follow what they meant. It looks like I'm going to have to just look for another job somewhere. Hopefully I'll find another job that actually pays me more as well. I mean, I love fueling. I love fueling airplanes. Love it. Only one thing I like better was repossession, but that doesn't pay much. That doesn't pay at all. Trying to think of the words to say, because my mind doesn't work that way. I say things in my head and it sounds right, but when I say it aloud, it doesn't come out right, or it doesn't sound right. I don't know. The doctor released me full duty, but up to, I forget what it said, but basically up to capacity. So that one of my the shop steward said, well, that means it could be, you could come into work and say, oh no, I don't feel like working because I'm injured. That's what that means. Who the fuck threw that cigarette butt out? Was it that motherfucker or the one before it? Or was it the truck? Anyways, that's how fires get started. Chucking your cigarette butt out the window. And when the fire starts and your cigarette butt is the only thing that's left over, cops will find you. Anyways, so that's what my shop steward said, or the union rep. I mean, the union rep said that. Well, that means you come to work and say, I can't do this. It hurts too much, and that'll be that. Wow, this guy's going super slow. I'm doing the speed limit. Yeah, I'm passing that guy like no tomorrow. Simply put, I think, I injured my foot on Alpha 25 or Bravo 25 or 26, one of those two. If I heard it on Bravo 25, what I put down on paper and what actually happened there, I think might be two different things, two separate incidents. In fact, I'm 98% sure that it was two different. Because Alpha 25, I had problems with the single point, or not the single point, the Moosehead, and I'm fairly certain I was fueling a WestJet at that point. Because I had to swap trucks with another employee, because the Moosehead on 1278 will not lock down on basically open up the valves on Bravo 25. Now Bravo 25 has a few pits to hook up to. One is for aircraft that's on the right side that you hook up to, and one that's used for the left side of the aircraft. And I think there's a couple of them over there, actually. I'm not sure. Depends on the aircraft type that's sitting there. Well, the one in particular on the right side of the aircraft does not connect, will not lock down. So truck 1278, I had to go and swap with another coworker, and I got that truck, and in the process of trying to lock down the Moosehead on 1278, I must have injured my foot either at that point, or if I didn't injure my foot at that point, now that I think about it, I think I might have injured it at Bravo 26. 26 is more likely what happened, because I was on an Airbus at that one, which means that I had to climb the ladder to get into the carriage to lift me up to the wing. Now at Bravo 25, it was a WestJet. WestJets are 737s, Boeing. So you're not allowed to drive the truck under the wing. But Airbuses, you can drive the truck under the wing. So I'm thinking that the incident I'm thinking of is at Bravo 26, not Bravo 25. I'm just putting that out there. I did put down 25, but I'm thinking that I'm thinking of have the incident or the aircraft at 26, because I had to, when I climb ladders, I lead off with my left foot. I make that first step on the ladder with my left foot. And being that said, that is the most crucial step, is that first step. Because once you get up on that truck, your full weight is on that one foot. And the rung for the ladder up to the carriage is just that. It's a rung. It's a circular rung. And what you do is you put, what you're supposed to do is put your roughly the mid part of your foot on the rung. And when you do that, you got, full support of the rung, you have full support of your foot, the shoe, everything. However, there are some shoes that are specifically designed for climbing ladders. And I had those type of shoes back when I worked for Comcast up in Washington. And so there's that. So I may have said Bravo 25. I may have written down to Bravo 25, but I meant Bravo 26. But to be honest, I don't even know. I don't remember. It could have happened when I went over to Bravo 11. But Bravo 11 was another 737. So it's most likely it wasn't that one either. If I narrow it down, it's got to be the Bravo 26 aircraft, Airbus. It was a 319 or 320, one of those two. And it was yesterday. I don't remember the aircraft number. I don't remember I don't remember the flight number. I remember that the flight number was all fucked up. There's a whole bunch of different numbers. That's all I remember. I'm fairly certain it was one of those two flights. It had to have been. Or it could have been my last WestJet when I had to pull the P cart over to the pit, because Bravo 21, it has a P cart, but you got to move it, and those suckers are heavy. I mean, once you got the motion, it's good, but yeah, I honestly have no idea when and where and how it happened, but it definitely happened at work, because my foot wasn't really hurting until I started leaving home, for home. I felt it in the stairwell when I was walking up to it just felt like my foot was real heavy. And one of the managers, he tried to say, well, that's like saying I had a headache when I left work. Well, but, you know, it doesn't mean that he hit his head on something. Well, doesn't matter. If you got a headache at work, regardless if you hit it or not, it's an injury at work. I mean, you could fight about semantics, but it's as simple as that. If you get any kind of pain while at work, it's an injury at fucking work. I mean, it's an injury caused by work. This is the only part I like about this exit, is you can take it pretty much at speed. In fact, I think you could actually take it at speed, but I slow it down until I get to the speed I need. And then there's no stop here. That's why getting home is a lot faster than getting to work. There's less stops. Yeah, leaving work, there's only one stoplight. And then there's technically there's two, but one of them is right turn, and you can turn on a red light as long as you stop. So it's not really, it's more like a stop sign than a stop light for the right turns. One of them is a left turn. You guys have seen that before. And then from there's no lights. I mean, I don't have to take any lights to get back home. There is that one other alternate pass that has one stoplight, technically two, but I don't have to go that way. So there's that. And then going to work. Well, coming home from work, there are these stoplights here, but they usually stay green. Oh, speaking of which, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forgot. I keep forgetting that to slow down before the airport, before this intersection right here. There is a speed change. Yeah, and I keep forgetting about that. Because the signs aren't really that pronounced. Really? Now that I get into this thing, I'm gonna speed up. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I have. You know what? I told one worker that I think I have a couple of pending disability or workman comp claims, but I think they're is it? Unemployment. I have a couple of, I think it's I have a couple of unemployment things that are still pending, or I need to take care of, or something. I know there's definitely one because I left the job, but they said that they fired me, but none of that can be verified because the company's no longer in business. And I don't even remember what the other one was for, because I tried to get unemployment because of that one, but then they said that I still had a claim for another company that I had to take care of, and I never took care of that. So yeah, it's unemployment, not workman's comp. I still don't know if that's gonna affect anything. Not that I'm not looking for workman's comp. I mean, I worked my day yesterday, my whole entire day. I worked pretty much my whole day today, technically. I mean, I worked, I came into work, and I was there for about an hour, and then they took me over to the medical place, and then I came back and I worked 3 more aircraft. That means working 3 hours, roughly 2.5 to 3 hours. So I made my money this week, or these past couple days. So it's not like I'm looking for workman's comp. I'm not. I could care less. It's just a big pain in the ass. I have a shoulder injury that I need to get taken a look at as well. That I know 110% sure that I injured it at work. And I can, in that particular moment, I can tell you exactly 100% without a doubt what happened. Again, it was 1278 on Bravo 25. I wrenched my... If you've ever seen Ghost in the Shell, doesn't matter what version you've seen. At the ending-ish, where the Major rips off a panel on the spider tank, and she rips off the panel to the point where she rips off her arms. Both, in the movie it was just one arm, and yeah, I think it was just one arm in the movie, in the recent one that came out. But in the anime, she rips off like both of her arms and one of her legs or something like that. I did something kind of like that to get the thing, the moose head, to lock down. And that being said, I know exactly what I was doing. I wouldn't be able to tell you what time of day it was, but it was definitely and I can't remember what day it was. It was like 3, 4, maybe 5 days ago. No, I think it had to have been like last Thursday, I think. I'm fairly certain it was last Thursday or last Wednesday. Ooh, I smell fries. I smell fries. It smells good. And I am not going to get the mail today because my foot hurts. Hey, that was a perfect shift into fourth. This is gonna be hell. I gotta back the car in. Alright, I'm gonna have to get ready for some pain because reversing is a lot. Up a incline is gonna be real difficult. without crashing into the fucking garage door. There we go. That hurts. Alright. Stopped. Now I can put it in first so I don't go rolling away. Oh. God, I really hate the fact that my roommates in this house, one drives a Hyundai, the other one drives a Saturn. Ugh, both of them. Anyways, that's it.